We haven't in Australia in particular had a review of what we gave up and why we gave it up. And in the case of Victoria, I mean, the Parliament was shut down. There was no scrutiny on the executive. I've argued we need to review and claw back all of these liberties we gave to, an authoritarian moment in time. Otherwise, this becomes a new benchmark for where we go in the next pandemic or the next crisis. Do you think we've lost these freedoms forever, or do you think that we will be able to, if we, the public, stand up, we get them back?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. But probably the effects will be very long-term. The reason I say that is that what democracy and what freedom depends on is a culture of restraint, which is something that there's a sentiment that there are certain lengths to which you should not go simply because it works. Once you breach these limits, once the unspoken rule of restraint is junked, the spell has gone. Mm-hmm. The limit is no longer there. There's no longer the force of sentiment that stops people behaving in this way. So I'm very much afraid that if this were to happen again, the same fear would enable governments to do exactly the same thing. What will, I think, deter them next time is that we are now becoming much more conscious of the simply enormous collateral cost. The cost in terms of mental health, the cost in terms of education, the cost in terms of social dislocation, and the sheer financial cost, which in many countries has brought the public finances close to bankruptcy. I think that was something that we didn't take into account at the beginning of the last pandemic, but we're hardly going to be able to ignore it in the next one.